Local news that matters. This is KLBK, bright and early.
A grand jury making the decision to indict Samuel Little yesterday. The confessed killer has admitted to more than 90 murders and has now been linked to a Lubbock crime from 1993. Good morning and thanks for joining us on this Thursday, August 29th. I'm Sasha Wilson. Well, we are continuing our coverage of the story we brought to you first. We're going to take you through a quick recap right now. One of the murders he admitted to, he claimed was in Wichita Falls, but details weren't adding up. A detective with LPD flew to visit Little at a California state prison, and during that interview, it apparently became clear that the Wichita Falls murder may have actually been a Lubbock murder of Bobby Ann Fields Wilson. Our Leah Doherty spoke with a criminal defense attorney who says Little is serving a life sentence in California and has more on the likelihood of Little ever serving time in Texas.
You can bet that every prosecution authority has their case ready and waiting to make sure Mr. Little never sees the free light of day again.
Little is 79 years old and Gwen says would age out before he could be tried in every state that he's wanted for murder in.
If officials in different states are comfortable, there are adequate sentences and procedures in place in the states that do try him and convict him, they may leave their hold on. I mean, they're not going to just dismiss the case, but they'll leave their hold in place and not take any action towards actually bringing him to that state.
The murder of Fields Wilson isn't the first time Little has been linked to Lubbock. Back in 2006, Matthew Hawkins represented him in a theft case.
He was easygoing. Nothing sticks out in the ordinary that would grab your attention saying, you know, man, this man's evil, or man, this guy, something's wrong with him.
Hawkins says he knew he was a serial killer, but what he didn't know was that years ago he took the life of Fields Wilson.
I mean, it's not surprising that he was here. I mean, he's not going to stop just because he comes to a friendly small town.
Hawkins says looking back, he doesn't regret having Little as a client.
You get what you get, you know, and you do the best you can for each client you get. And so there's never been a time where I'm like, man, I wish I didn't represent him, you know.
Leah Doherty, KLBK News.
Later today, we continue our coverage of this story, and we'll be speaking to police about how they solved this case. One person was seriously injured in a central Lubbock crash last night. LPD was called to the area near 66th and Quaker just before 9 for reports of a crash involving a motorcycle. We're told one person was taken to UMC with serious injuries. No word yet on what caused that crash. Keep following everythinglubbock.com for updates. A woman in southeast Lubbock woke up to someone in her bedroom stealing a television. Police report shows the home invasion shows two men broke into the home in the 4300 block of East 63rd Street Tuesday night. The woman told police both men were armed with guns. One of them pushed her to the ground. When she fell, she grabbed the gun and pulled the man down with her. She told police she begged the men not to shoot her. The report shows the woman's son was pistol whipped and held at gunpoint in a bathtub. He was able to escape through a window and called 911 from a neighbor's home. In total, the suspect got away with 4 TVs. And in local consumer news this morning, it is finally official. After 6 years, H-E-B is coming to the Hub City. There's been talk of it since 2013, but nothing stuck until this week when shoppers learned they'll have a new choice next fall. Our Emily Harrison was there for the long-awaited announcement and has the story.
A Texas grocery giant coming in style, bringing 2 trucks full of food and $100,000 to Lubbock communities in what was supposed to be a regular donation.
H-E-B community relations team came to us and said they would like to make a donation to the food bank of some cereal. But as they came in yesterday and I started seeing the setup, I was thinking there may be more to this than a truckload of food.
But even Weaver says he wasn't expecting the announcement that H-E-B will be breaking ground in January to build a 120,000 square foot store.
We've owned this land for a while, and we've been waiting for the time to be right to come. Every store is different, and we merchandise it to the people who live in a particular city or live on a particular side of a city.
In the meantime, H-E-B is trying to tailor the store to exactly what Lubbock wants, including H-E-B curbside service and a barbecue restaurant.
I'm pretty excited about it. I mean, it can make Lubbock better, honestly.
I'm gonna be there 24/7.
On top of the donation to the South Plains Food Bank, they donated $25,000 to 3 other charities, saying this is their first real step into Lubbock's community.
Be friendly and we'll be fair, and we'll try to make Lubbock an even better place to live, because it's a great community now, but we're going to try to see if we can't make it a little bit better and earn your trust along the way.
Emily Harrison, KLBK News.
So HEB is going to be bringing 400 new jobs to the Hub City, but before that, word is that more than 300 additional jobs will be coming soon. The Lubbock Economic Development Alliance announcing yesterday that 6 companies are expanding here, and that means more people are needed to fill those positions. The company's investing more than $14.9 million because they say Lubbock is a good place because of the city's strong workforce.
And we see a direct correlation that every time a job opens up, we have more workforce growth in our community. And so we're excited about these announcements today, and we're looking forward for the opportunities for our citizens.
This will also add more than $5 million in future capital investments. And in Texas news this morning, Matthew McConaughey has joined the faculty at his alma mater, the University of Texas at Austin. The Academy Award-winning actor graduated from UT in 1993. He'll be a professor of practice at the Moody College of Communication in the Department of Radio, Television, Film. McConaughey has been a visiting professor since 2015, co-teaching a script to screen film production class. The university says McConaughey is also taking on the role of Minister of Culture. In that role, he'll help create an epic fan experience for UT's new basketball arena opening in 2021. And coming up on Bright and Early on KLBK, we find out about how weather is playing a big part in how we get our electricity. But before we head to break, Nick, what can we expect outside today?
Well, we can definitely expect better alumni than UT, that's for sure. Texas Tech, way better than McConaughey and all of UT. Yeah, I went there. Now, we're going there this morning. 60s, start off your days, drop the kids off to school, 69 degrees, 94 by pickup time. So we're talking about a warmer day today. See how long the 90s hang on your forecast when we come back.
You're watching KLBK, local news that matters, with Sasha Wilson and Chief Meteorologist Nick Cranach. This is KLBK Bright and Early. Now, KLBK's first warning weather with Chief Meteorologist Nick Cranock.
Well, good morning. Here we are on your Thursday, almost to the end of the week, and we're almost, actually, high school football, I say almost. High school football starts tonight. There's a few area games on a Thursday night. Of course, a lot more tomorrow. So here we are already back to football season, and already people headed out to work this morning. They're at the Loop in Indiana. I have some traffic there on the south side and moving off to the east. You can see that over at the Loop and University as well. So it's not looking bad out there, but we're already getting some people headed out early here in our TechStock cameras on your Thursday morning, but traffic's moving. And that is always good. That's what we want to keep on seeing. All right, temperatures this morning, 69 degrees here in Lubbock officially. So pretty comfortable out there. Wind from the southeast at 7 miles per hour, and that wind direction is giving us a couple clouds. There are thicker clouds actually to the west and to the east. So what we're looking at this morning, just a few areas of some showers over in the eastern New Mexico, but also you look up to the north and east near Paducah over in the Cottle County, you get shower activity going on there as well. So we have couple off to the east, a couple off to the west, and the rest of us here in the middle just staying dry. So these showers aren't going to make their way too far really anywhere in our area because this activity actually pushing away to the east. But you can see just north of Paducah, you get this one thunderstorm here that's going to move off to the east. So you can get some heavy rainfall on the highway between Childress and Paducah. So at least somebody's getting some rain this morning, and it's not going to cause too many problems at all. The temperatures not giving us any trouble, which is what we want to hear, especially towards the end of August. 67 in Plainview, also 67 Floydada and Rawls. Generally mid and upper 60s on the Caprock this morning. Morton at 67, Brownfield 68, Littlefield at 66, Lamesa at 70, Snyder also at 70 degrees, and just a few areas low 70s even out there in Paducah. We're seeing the shower at 71 degrees, 70 over into Guthrie and Jayton. So it could be worse. It's August. It has been worse, so at least we're getting a break from the disgusting temperatures we've had for basically the rest of the month. Now, by lunchtime, 85 degrees today. We will have wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour, so it's going to feel kind of nice out there. But you see the rest of the afternoon, that's when we start to see those temperatures continuing to climb up today. We will get a warmer day with mostly sunny conditions, and yeah, we're back in the 90s, widespread 90s across our area today, but just a few degrees above average. 90 is the average, so we'll be, area-wide 3 to 5 degrees above that average for today. Now over in Loveland, mid-90s expected today and tomorrow, down to 91 on Saturday. Over in Muleshoe, mostly sunny today. You'll see high temperature of 97. 97 Friday, down to 91 on Saturday. For Plainview, today 94, also 94 tomorrow. Low 90s for Plainview as well on Saturday. Then in Post, of course, one of the warmer locations. You'll be in the upper 90s to round out the week, and then you drop down to 94 degrees with light wind on Saturday. 7-day forecast for Lubbock. Well, we're going to have that warmer day today as well. Mostly sunny, 95 degrees, and we'll bump it up to 96 tomorrow. So high school football tonight, going to be warm. High school football games tomorrow are going to be very warm as well. Things have changed for the Texas Tech forecast on Saturday. Looking like we're going to see more sunshine. So that means the temperature is going to climb up even more on Saturday afternoon to 91, so a couple of degrees above average. Labor Day, sunny and 92. We stay in the low 90s there on Tuesday and Wednesday. Keeping an eye out for a stray shower on a Saturday afternoon. Right now, though, it is inconclusive and looking to stay dry. Well, when it gets so hot in summer like we've had in August, we usually don't think about how we get our power, just that we want to be cool. In this week's Weather Ready Nation, we look at how weather plays a part in how we get electricity.
Fossil fuel generation right now is a critical part of keeping the stability for our system, for our country. If you're going to go flip your lights on, someone has to be generating electricity right now for the end user to have electricity at their fingertips, literally.
Situated on the western edge of the Texas Panhandle sits the coal-fired power plant Tolk Station, which provides power to Xcel Energy customers in Texas and New Mexico and is the largest generating plant in the Texas Panhandle Plains region. The plant generates electricity by burning coal to produce steam. Under tremendous pressure, the steam flows over a turbine, which spins a generator to create electricity.
We're able to produce 1,100 megawatts, so on the high end here, somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 to 700,000 customers can reliably get their electricity from Tolk Station.
XL Energy is working to be carbon-free by 2050, which means investing in wind farms like that in Hill County.
We've got such a great resource in Texas. We have some of the best wind in the country, and we also have some of the best solar potential in the country. It really hasn't been pushed for any other reason than economics in Texas. So this is a really good project where the economics worked out and we were able to get it built and do something that was going to further our goals environmentally, but was not going to cost our customers more. It was actually going to save them money in the long run.
When you talk about things like wind energy and solar energy, there are pitfalls associated with them. On the hottest day of the year, if you could think about some of the hottest days here, it seems like the wind always blows, but on the very hottest day, it's calm and still. You don't have a lot of wind generation on days such as that.
Each wind turbine is capable of generating 2 megawatts, but that requires perfect wind conditions consistently for a 24-hour basis.
From 7 miles an hour to 57 miles an hour is when we're producing power, and anything below that, it's just really not economical or feasible for them to try to catch the wind. There's not enough for it to really be able to turn the rotor at a high enough speed that you can make power. Turbines themselves each have a weather station that are monitoring the wind speeds and wind directions, and as winds get high enough, they will go into that neutral and be able to stop producing. At that point, you do have a decline in electricity output.
We're in a situation where we're more or less following the wind, chasing that, and making sure that we supplement the wind loads when they're down. We have meteorologists on staff for XL Energy that can predict wind loads. We have marketers and traders that look at when loads are going to be high, and we continue to follow those load markets and generate when we need to be there, be here at the ready.
The technology to completely eliminate coal and natural gas in any carbon-based form of generation is not there today. It's going to have to be developed over the next 30 years to meet XL Energy's goals.
I challenge people to look towards the future of batteries and storage capacity. The generations coming up, science and math is going to be important because kids are going to have to come up and learn and replace what we know today.
Brandon Waits, KLBK News.
Well, for more information, go to everythinglubbock.com and click on the Weather Ready tab. Still to come, bright and early, an impressive preseason schedule for the defending national champions at LCU. Paul Tubbs has those details in sports.
Now, KLBK Sports Connection with Paul Tubbs.
And good morning to you. UConn, New Mexico, SMU, Baylor, Texas. Sounds like a pretty tough slate for a non-conference team. How about adding another former national champion in Mississippi State to the mix? And now you have the preseason matchups for the last 5 seasons for the defending Division II national champion LCU Lady Shaps basketball team. They added one more team yesterday in Mississippi State to the mix for their 2019-20 2020 preseason schedule, which, as I mentioned, already includes Texas and national champion Baylor. In 5 years' time, LSU has faced UConn in 2015, SMU and New Mexico last preseason, and then this season with Baylor, UT, and Mississippi State. LSU will go to Austin October 28th, Waco October 30th, and Starkville, Mississippi on November 4th. Turning now to high school football as the season begins in earnest today, with the majority of the games coming on Friday. Included in those games for Friday, the Friendship Tigers hosting the Amarillo High Sandys. Sandys got the better of the Tigers last season and one of the highest offensive outputs on the 2018 season for Friendship. In a 48-41 loss, former quarterback Austin Phillips threw for over 500 yards in the loss. But two different squads come into this one at Peoples Bank Stadium this Friday, both a little more mature, and the Tigers with a new signal caller and transfer Donovan Smith. Tiger coach Jay Northcutt expecting a very tough, hard-fought game from the Sandys.
They're a disciplined team, and that's one of their biggest strengths. Their kids are going to do what they're coached to do. They're going to be coached very well. They're going to be where they're supposed to be. So you're not going to get a lot of gimmies, if any gimmies, for them where somebody just busts an assignment or busts a coverage or something like that. So you're really going to have to go out and earn everything you get from them. And, I just think that alone presents a challenge is you've got to be at your best when you play those type of teams.
Well, and tonight is the home opener for Texas Tech soccer. So far, the Red Raiders sit at 1-1 after 2 road contests, a dominating 6-1 season opening win over San Diego State, and a tough 1-0 shutout loss to New Mexico. In town today, Oral Roberts with a chance to move above 500 with a nice home crowd there at John Walker Soccer Complex. This will also be the first of 4 consecutive home non-conference games for the Red Raiders.
You look forward to a few games every year, and one is certainly the home opener. And then our weekend is tough because we got 2 good teams coming in, so we've got to be on point Thursday and show the fans what this new team looks like. And we've got to grow up a little bit from some of the lessons we learned last weekend. And then Sunday we've got a big regional rival coming in from Dallas who, they know how to play us, and they're in the NCAA tournament every year. And so we've got 2 tough games, and I think it's perfect for us to open the homestand with something that our fans will enjoy and that our girls will be tested.
Some changes and/or improvements to the parking structure for the Texas Tech home football games this season. City Bus will use the access roads on Marcia Sharp Freeway for a staging area for shuttling fans back and forth to Jones AT&T Stadium, with all the fans being picked up or dropped off from the north end of the stadium. The fans will also be able to get to the C1 lots prior to each game via Glenna Goodacre Boulevard. And some preseason golf recognition courtesy of Golf Week magazine. Junior golfer Sofia Garcia has been named a preseason first-team All-American for Texas Tech. This is a program first for the women's golf team. Garcia was an All-Big 12 and All-American last season. And that's going to do it for your morning sports. Have a great day.
All right, in this morning's health news, more people are ditching cigarettes.
That's good news, and why inducing delivery is better for some women. Kenneth Craig reports in this morning's Health Matters.
A new study in The Lancet finds early planned delivery for women with preeclampsia helps reduce complications. British researchers say women with a planned delivery by either induced labor or C-section within 48 hours of preeclampsia diagnosis lowered their risk of complications and severe hypertension. New research finds women who use oral contraceptives during adolescence are more likely to develop depression as adults. Canadian researchers say teens using birth control are nearly 3 times more likely to be clinically depressed as adults compared to women who waited until they were older to begin contraception. And almost 1.5 billion fewer cigarettes are being smoked each year. Cancer researchers in the UK attribute the decline to stricter tobacco laws and people simply deciding to quit. That's a look at some of the day's top medical headlines. Kenneth Craig, CBS News, New York.
All right, don't go anywhere after the break. We have Shannon Suddeth here to tell us about a blues concert you can enjoy this weekend that is totally free. She joins us next.
local news that matters. You're watching KLBK bright and early.
All right, welcome back. Josh Dansby joins us now from Lubbock Christian University to tell us about the Bringing Back the Blue alumni concert at LCU. So this is a very exciting concert. It's totally free. Tell us a little bit about it.
So we are getting a lot of alumni from over the years to come back to campus, and musical alumni that have been in groups of praise choir, Meister singers, best friends, a cappella, to get together to put on a free concert on Sunday at LCU. In the Moody Auditorium. So come on out, it's going to be a great concert. And then Saturday night we're having a kind of a little variety show of sorts to put on for everybody. So it's just a collection of everybody over the years getting together, singing a few songs, and just having a good time singing together.
And it's totally free, so it's great for the community to come out and enjoy this. So you have a little musical background yourself. Tell me what the concert's going to be like, and both for the audience and for the musicians.
Right. So I've been singing for quite a bit of time.
Yeah.
Playing some music, in band and jazz band. But this is primarily an a cappella-ish concert. So a lot of choir and choral arrangements on the concert on Sunday. On Saturday will be just a variety of music set to a piano, that's a variety of show tunes or just various fun songs that we just want to put on and have a good time.
Yeah, kind of showcase that experience and the talent, really.
Yes, and there's a wide variety of alumni doing that from all the way from the beginning of the university to now. So I've only been out of college for a couple of years, and so I'm one of the younger alumni. But it's cool to sing with all these alumni that are still in the area and get to see every now and then. So it's really fun.
So are you going to be in it yourself, or?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yes, we'll be singing in the concert on Sunday, and then doing the variety show on Saturday as well.
Okay, so tell us when it starts and when it ends and all those details.
So Saturday, I believe, is at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 7:30. We have that graphic.
Yes,
up there.
7:30 to 9.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, I think it's at 2 o'clock, if I'm remembering correctly. So 2 o'clock on Sunday. If not, you can go check it out at lcu.edu.
Okay.
They'll have the information there. It's on Facebook as well. Bringing Back the Blue is the name of the event.
All right, and we will actually also have that information on our website as well, so you can go to either places and check that out. Free concert this weekend. It's going to be great. Josh, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and Nick has a quick preview of what we can expect outside today before we head to break.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable outside this morning. Mostly temperatures in the upper 60s as you head to school, mid-90s by pickup time. We'll see if the warm weather sticks around for your weekend. That's coming up bright and early.
Enjoy the best Lubbock has to offer. Eat and shop local, Lubbock.
local news that matters. This is KLBK, bright and early.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us here on KLBK, bright and early. I'm Sasha Wilson.
And I'm late. I'm Nick Cranock. Yeah, I'm still getting used to being in here. You know,
yeah, the new set.
Yeah, for us to get our new set. So I don't have my clock. So
that's
I have to
okay.
ask you, what time is it?
Oh, you know what? It is 6:34.
6:34. See, usually we had a clock over on the wall in the old studio, so now I just forgot to check.
That's okay. I got your back, Nick.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I guess I could look at my watch, but it's too much work. It's almost Friday. We don't want to work because it's the end of the week. Now,
Friday Junior, right?
Friday Junior,
That's what you
exactly.
call it. I love it.
That's made me think of a burger or something. Like,
yeah,
I'll take a Friday Junior. Extra cheese, some onions.
Extra long weekend.
Extra long weekend. Hey, some of us do have an extra long weekend with Labor Day on Monday, but we had some. Let's see if I can do this. Extra long rainfall yesterday that lasted for. It was nice, and it lasted longer than we thought, so that's always a good thing. Now, this morning, just over into Cottle County near Paducah, getting some rain. The rest of us are seeing dry conditions with very thin clouds out there. In terms of temperature, 69 in Lubbock, but generally mid and upper 60s north and west. Even seeing some 60s in places like Spur and Jayton this morning. Low 70s over into Paducah and Guthrie. We're going to stay in upper 60s as we head out to school this morning. Much warmer this afternoon, though. Temperatures up to the mid 90s. We're going to see how long that sticks around your forecast in just a few minutes, Sasha.
All right, thanks so much, Nick. And in local news this morning, one person was seriously injured in a central Lubbock crash yesterday evening. LPD was called to that area. It happened near 66th and Quaker just before 9. They were responding to reports of a crash involving a motorcycle. Now, we are told one person was taken to UMC with serious injuries. No word yet on what caused that crash. Keep following everythinglubbock.com for updates. And a woman in southeast Lubbock woke up to someone in her bedroom stealing a television. A police report of the home invasion shows two men broke into the home in the 4300 block of East 63rd Street. The woman told police both men were armed with guns. One of them pushed her to the ground. When she fell, she grabbed the gun and pulled the man down with her. She told police she begged the men not to shoot her. The report shows the woman's son was pistol whipped and held at gunpoint in a bathtub. He was able to escape through a window and called 911 from a neighbor's home. In total, the suspect got away with 4 TVs. Now, on Tuesday, we broke the news that serial killer Samuel Little has been connected to the Lubbock murder of Bobby Ann Fields Wilson. That was back in 1993. Now, Little had previously confessed to a murder in Wichita Falls, but details weren't adding up. Sources tell KLBK a detective with LPD flew to visit Little at a California state prison, and during that interview, it became clear that the Wichita Falls murder may have actually been a Lubbock murder of Bobby Ann Fields Wilson. The case was taken to a grand jury, and Little was indicted for the murder of Fields Wilson. As far as what's to come next, Little has murder charges in over a dozen states, and he's currently in a California jail in Los Angeles County. Attorney David Gwynn says because Little is 79 years old, the chances that he will come serve time in Texas for the Fields Wilson murder are slim. But California could decide to let Texas proceed with their charges.
And though California has Mr. Little now, if they're just not ready to proceed with their case, and Texas or some other place is, and they can get sufficient trust and agreement between each other, then officials in California can let Texas come and get him and transport him here to try this case.
Little is currently serving a life sentence at that California state prison. And in national headlines this morning, Puerto Rico avoided the full wrath of Hurricane Dorian yesterday. It caused just minor damages on the island, but the U.S. Virgin Islands took a more direct hit with power outages and flooding, but not much more. Meanwhile, Florida is in a state of emergency as it prepares for the storm to make a possible Labor Day landfall. Officials are pleading with residents to get ready now and not wait until the last minute. CBS's Laura Podesta has the latest.
Store shelves are emptying across Florida.
Bought a lot of tuna fish, potato chips, and peanut butter and jelly, and that's water.
Dorian pounded the U.S. Virgin Islands as a Category 1 hurricane and is now forecasted to reach Florida this weekend.
Have a plan, be ready and listen.
Governor Ron DeSantis told all Floridians to stock up on 7 days worth of supplies.
Even though if a small one or pretend it's not coming, you pretend it's coming.
If nothing happens, I'm still going to use this.
Tourists in Daytona Beach are deciding whether to get out of town or hunker down.
I think we're going to ride it out unless it's something crazy, you know, like maybe a 3 or 4. Absolutely not.
Local business leaders say they understand if the tourists leave.
Why would you want to come to a hotel with 2 kids and be trapped for 3 days? You could stay home and listen to them scream.
Homeowners are preparing, filling up sandbags and installing hurricane-resistant windows and doors.
People think that just putting basic materials over their windows and tape and all that's going to work. It's all just false security. None of it works.
Dorian may also move north into other states like South Carolina and Georgia. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
The U.S. National Hurricane Center says Dorian could become a powerful Category 3 when it reaches Florida this weekend. And looking ahead to some things happening later today, the newest Catholic church in the hub city, St. John the Baptist, is holding a dedication mass tonight at 6:30 with the Bishop of Lubbock. They're inviting the public to come see the Welcoming Jesus statue. You can find them near 108th and Indiana. And another event scheduled for tonight is the 2nd annual suicide prevention concert hosted by Jack's Room. It is a free, family-friendly concert with games, food, door prizes, and more. It begins tonight at 5:30 at Across the Way Baptist Church. Jack's Room is a nonprofit support group for teenage girls. Now, don't tell the Joker, but we have word that Batman will be out at Shallow-Water Intermediate School District later today. The Communities in Schools after-school program is bringing him out to speak with students about being superheroes in their schools and communities. This will be tonight from 4:30 until 5 p.m. All right, before we head to break, let's get a quick check of our weather from Nick.
Yeah, I wonder if Batman's coming in the Batmobile or in the Batwing, the jet. I don't know. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Don't have to keep an eye out for rain today. We're going to be dry. Upper 60s as you head out this morning. You see mid-90s when you pick the kids up from school. We'll talk about warm weather in that forecast after the break. But first, here's your Lubbock IC lunch menus today. You can have a beef, bean, and cheese burrito.
Or you can have a chicken sandwich.
Or a chicken nacho salad. We'll be right back.
You're watching KLBK, local news that matters, with Sasha Wilson and Chief Meteorologist Nick Cranock. This is KLBK Bright and Early. Now, KLBK's first warning weather with Chief Meteorologist Nick Cranock.
Good morning. We are looking at dry and comfortable conditions to start out the day today. Be nice to see more rain, but hey, at least we finally got some rain in August yesterday. You look at our traffic here on our TxDOT cameras at the Loop and Slide, starting to get busy, but like over here at the Loop and Quaker, things moving pretty good out there, and they're moving. That's the key word. We don't have any backups or accidents. You can just see how busy it's starting to get there on the South Loop, on the south side, moving off to the east at Indiana. So just take it easy out there this morning. We thankfully have good news with your traffic that there aren't any problems. Now, we have good news with the rainfall, at least for those that saw the showers yesterday. Officially here in Lubbock, just 0.2 of an inch of rain at the airport. I say just. That's great because we do desperately need that. Also 0.2 in Plainview, just 400s in Post, 900s in Rawls. So the rain in Garza County just missed Post. But you look at places like Brownfield, 1.37 inches of rain yesterday, over a half inch in Littlefield, nearly a half inch up in Dimmitt, and 1800s in Loveland. So you can tell exactly where those showers just sat over us yesterday. Didn't really move a whole lot. In fact, you see down in Gale too, 0.68 of an inch of precipitation. Now this morning, the only area getting some rain over into Cottle County, that's one lone thunderstorm now still sitting just to the north of Paducah, trying to move off to the east slowly. So you're getting some rainfall just on the highway between Paducah and Childress. So just keep that in mind if you are out there into Cottle County. The rest of us staying dry this morning, just some showers over into Roosevelt County in New Mexico and leftover showers into Lee County this morning as well. In terms of temperatures, looking great. Mid and upper 60s, most locations on the Caprock. Levelland at 66, Littlefield 66, upper 60s, Muleshoe, also into Morton, Seminole 67, 70 in Post, and low 70s out to the east where it's usually warmer. Paducah and Matador at 70, 71 in Turkey, but even more 60s in places like Spur, Jayton, and Guthrie. Hey, let's talk about high school football. I know there's one game tonight, but we do have several games obviously tomorrow. It's when everything's kicking off, starting with the Estacado and Coronado, 7:30 tomorrow night. 92 degrees. I know it's not football weather, but it's still August, so we just have to take that into consideration. Amarillo High and Friendship, 91 degrees at kickoff, and then Andrews and Cooper at 7 p.m., 93 degrees. We're going to get more sunshine out there at kickoff as well for those games tomorrow night. So I know it's going to be warm. Have your sunscreen, stay hydrated, but don't worry. Pretty soon we're going to talk about you needing hot chocolate and gloves and stuff. So there's the flip side. There's what you got going for you. At least things will be dry for the games tomorrow, and that's good for people who have to wash uniforms. It won't be too muddy. Here's our 7-day forecast. 95 in Lubbock today, mostly sunny and breezy. We'll jump up to 96 tomorrow. Sunny skies for your Friday, and that wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour, at least trying to help us out and trying to make it feel just a little bit cooler. And then on Saturday, of course, Montana State and Texas Tech at 3 o'clock here in Lubbock. Looking warmer now. We will see more sunshine than clouds, so bumping up that high temperature to 92 degrees. We stay in the low 90s on Sunday and into Labor Day Monday. A good day to hit the pool. I know school's out on Monday, so you just kind of hang out, take it easy there Monday afternoon, and we'll get up to 93 Tuesday, 92 degrees by Wednesday, and by early next week, the average high is 89, so of course, heading into September, things are going to stay warm.
Now, KLBK's Issues on the Line with Wade Wilkes, host of The Wade Wilkes Show, weekday mornings on KRFE AM 580, sponsored by Wilkes Media.
Good morning, Wade Wilkes. How are you on this Thursday morning?
Hey, I'm doing well. Hope you're both having a great Thursday.
We are. Thank you so much. What's happening in the show today?
We got a great show lined up. Well, we're going to talk about the local economy. Of course, the Lubbock unemployment rate below 3%, so pretty much at full employment in the Lubbock economy. Some restaurants have struggled, as you know. Burrs is closed, a few others, but the restaurants are incredibly competitive. There's, I think, last count, there was 1,800 some type of permits that, you can serve food and all that, so very competitive. But then the announcement of HEB coming in, too, and so that's going to create 400 jobs. And that's going to be another big one for the economy. So we'll talk about all that this morning on the show. As always, welcome your telephone calls and comments into the program. You can certainly do that at 806-745-5800. We'll get it all started right there on AM 580 at 7 o'clock.
All right. Thank you so much, Wade. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Have a wonderful Thursday.
You as well. And don't forget, you can get your birthday on air. We will help you announce it. Just send an email to birthdays@klbk.com.
Tell us who it's for, who it's from, how old they are, what day you want it to air. You can have them listen to this awesome song too. Emails birthdays@klbk.com. Get stuck in your head.
That's a good song. I like that song.
Yeah, I know. Once a year. Only once a year.
All right, in entertainment news this morning, fresh off Big Little Lies, Meryl Streep is back in a completely different role.
And nominations for the Country Music Awards are out. Daniel Backus reports in this morning's Eye on Entertainment.
Maren Morris leads the pack with 8 CMA nominations, including Single, Song, Album, and Best Female Vocalist of the Year. Dan and Shay picked up 6 nods. The 53rd Annual Country Music Association Awards will be hosted by Reba McEntire, Carrie Underwood, and Dolly Parton on November 13th.
Most games, for someone to win, well, someone has to lose.
Meryl Streep stars in The Laundromat, a comedic look at the international Panama Papers scandal where journalists blew the lid off a scheme to keep millionaires rich through shell companies and offshore accounts.
Corruption, money laundering, millions and millions and millions of dollars. Somebody has to sound the alarm.
Gary Oldham and Antonio Banderas co-star. The Laundromat is premiering at the Venice Film Festival, which kicked off yesterday. It hits theaters next month.
Do you consider yourself a patriot?
And Sacha Baron Cohen gets serious as an Israeli secret agent in The Spy. He plays an agent whose task was to infiltrate the Syrian government in the 1960s. The limited series debuts on Netflix September 6th. That's your Eye on Entertainment. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Okay, let's take a live look at our TxDOT traffic cameras. How are things moving, Nick?
Well, things are moving along. Not as crazy as Sacha Baron Cohen actually playing a serious role.
Right?
Yeah. So blew my mind, but at least there are a lot of more people headed out this morning. Just take it easy, watch out for school buses, no delays on the loop or on the Marsh Sharp Freeway, and it's dry out there, so no slick spots, which is all good and good. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
local news that matters. You're watching KLBK Bright and Early.
Welcome back to KLBK Bright and Early. The time is now 6:54 this morning. I'm Sasha Wilson. Well, a serial killer who confessed to 90 murders and is facing charges in more than a dozen states has now been indicted for killing a woman here in Lubbock. The jury released the news yesterday that 79-year-old Samuel Little has been indicted for the 1993 murder of Bobby Ann Fields Wilson. Right now, he's serving a life sentence at a California state prison. And one person was seriously injured in a central Lubbock crash yesterday evening. LPD was called to the area near 66th and Quaker just before 9 for reports of a crash involving a motorcycle. We're told one person was taken to UMC with serious injuries. No word yet on what caused that crash. Keep following everythinglubbock.com for updates. And a woman in southeast Lubbock woke up to someone in her bedroom stealing a television. A police report of the home invasion shows two men broke into the home in the 4300 block of East 63rd Street. The woman told police both men were armed with guns. One of them pushed her to the ground. When she fell, she grabbed the gun and pulled the man down with her. She told police she begged the men not to shoot her. Now, the report shows the woman's son was pistol whipped and held at gunpoint in the bathtub. He was able to escape through a window and called 911 from a neighbor's home. In total, the suspect got away with 4 TVs. When we come back, Nick has a final check of your weather. Stick with us.
Welcome back. We will unfortunately see warmer weather as we round out your work and school week. 95 today, but at least the wind will be 10 to 15 miles per hour, so it's not going to be awful. 96 Friday, so if you have high school football games tonight or tomorrow night, yeah, they're going to be warm. It's the early season games where we always talk about you need your water and your sunscreen, and then as we get in October, you'll need hot chocolate. So that'll be in due time, so don't worry, that's coming. Now for Saturday, of course, football season already here for Texas Tech as well. Take it on Montana State at 3 o'clock. We'll see high of 92. Some more sunshine expected Saturday. a couple models trying to bring some showers into the area, but really inconclusive at this point. So keeping the forecast dry on Saturday. Mostly sunny on Sunday, 91. We'll round out your Labor Day weekend, the unofficial end of summer. Sunny and 92, so still feeling like, Monday. And we stay in the 90s on Tuesday and Wednesday. Drier in the middle of the week with light winds, so it's going to feel warmer. And those high temperatures, about 4 to 5 degrees above average.
All right, thank you so much, Nick. And that is all our time for now. CBS This Morning is next. We'll see you at noon. Have a great morning.